This question needs us to look at both figures, but as we do it, we just want to keep one thing in mind, and that's we need to find matching ideas, okay? So we're not told to look at the passage, and for most figure questions, we won't need to look at the passage. Sometimes even if we are told to look at it, we don't need to. And the reason is that the figure is the primary thing that we're supposed to be paying attention to, and whatever conclusion we draw needs to be based on the figure. So if we don't find some concept or idea on the figure, it can't really be a conclusion that we can draw from the figure. So let's see. I think it'll be clear what I mean when we look at the choices here. So what is it they are doing? The two figures suggest that most people who use public transportation, so we're trying to get a sense of what most people do, are employed outside the home and take public transportation to work. So employed outside the home, that seems to be the biggest one. Check. And where do they take it? For the purpose is to take it to work. Okay, great. That seems right. But as always, we should look at the other choices and make sure maybe we're getting tricked and we don't know it. Hopefully looking at the other choices would help us. So let's do B. They are employed outside the home. Okay, so that still matches with what we had before. But they take public transportation primarily in order to run errands. Well, I guess that's personal business. I don't really know, but point is, it's definitely not the biggest one, and that I'm already kind of making a stretch between, the choice and the chart. It's changing the words. I don't know, I'm making a little bit of an assumption. I'd rather not do that. So the idea that I'm trying to match, it's a much weaker match than it was before for choice A. So not great. So there you go. 2 reasons it's wrong. C, use public transportation during the week, but use their private cars on weekends. Well, where's that idea? Where's the idea of when they take public transit? I don't see that at all, right? So I see what their occupations are. I see why they take it, but I don't know when they take it, and I don't know anything about their cars. This is about public transportation, so find matching ideas. There's nothing on here about cars, so that idea has no match. D, they use public transportation only, that's a strong word, until they're able to afford to buy a car. Well, again, nothing about cars. I don't know anything about what they can afford. None of that is on here. That idea has no match, so it's no good. And there we go. The thing we thought was going to be right ends up being right, but we did a thorough job of going through the choices, and I hope that we saw how we're supposed to go through them, because if it does get a little harder on future questions, especially if the science starts to get difficult, remember, we always want to find the idea and the choice on the chart. So if it's not there, we really don't want to be kind of interpreting it ourselves or making assumptions about what data means. That's not our job. The chart is supposed to do that. The figure is supposed to tell us what it's supposed to tell us. And everything else, it might be in the passage, but it really doesn't belong in an answer if it's not in the chart. So find matching ideas, and hopefully it'll be easy to do that now that you shouldn't be making stuff up to kind of justify choices that don't have a match.